Welcome to the Vitamin Chica channel. This week we're going to be talking about some high-intensity artificial sweeteners that are zero-calorie and deemed safe by the FDA. So they're called high-intensity sweeteners because they can be anywhere from 200 to 20,000 times sweeter than sugar. So far the FDA has approved 6 different artificial sweeteners, and they are saccharin, aspartame, sucralose, AceK, neotame, and advantame. So I'm going to be talking today about the 3 most popular, which is aspartame, AceK, and sucralose. So I personally stay away from artificial sweeteners because of some of the reasons that we'll go over here today. But no judgment, I know some people love their diet sodas or particular foods that might have some artificial sweeteners. But at least you can make an informed decision on what you want to take. You would think you're helping your blood sugar levels and your insulin levels by having artificial sweeteners rather than sugar, but that's not the case. Studies have shown that long-term use of artificial sweeteners cause insulin resistance. And this happens because of the brain and body connection. When you eat something that has artificial sweeteners, your brain senses that you ate something sweet. So then it triggers the pancreas to produce insulin to expect the sugar in your system. But there's no sugar, so the insulin just builds up, which can cause diabetes. Another side effect is when you're eating a lot of artificial sweeteners and that high intense sweetness, natural things like natural fruits, they don't taste sweet to you anymore because you're used to that like high intense sweet taste. And you think that you're getting like that sugar high from eating something sweet, but it's been studied that artificial sweeteners and sugars go through a different neural pathway, so you're not even getting that reward for eating sugar. So you'll still have sugar cravings. Another potential side effect is based on some research that was done on the microbiome of the intestines. Because artificial sweeteners are not digested, they linger in your intestines, and some people's microbiome can actually digest it. And if that happens, it triggers insulin production, you get insulin buildup, and that could lead to diabetes. The microbiome also can produce a hormonal change and increase your appetite. But because everyone's microbiome is different, the studies are inconclusive because it doesn't happen for everyone. But it is a potential side effect. Now that I've talked about the overall effects of artificial sweeteners to our body, let's talk about specific artificial sweeteners. The first is aspartame. Aspartame is the oldest and most popular artificial sweetener. It's 200 times sweeter than sugar, and it's man-made. L-phenylalanine and L-aspartic acid are combined through a chemical process, and that creates aspartame. So L-phenylalanine and L-aspartic acid occur naturally separately in nature, so you can find it in different foods. But when it's merged together in this chemical process, it converts into aspartame. So it's supposed to ingest into our stomachs and break back apart into those 2 separate amino acids so we can process it in our bodies. But there has been some concerns that during that process of breaking back apart into separate amino acids, that formaldehyde, which is a carcinogen, occurs. So that's why you might have heard that aspartame can lead to cancer. There has been no known studies that link aspartame to cancer, so the FDA still says that it's safe to ingest. Well, it's safe for mostly everyone, except for people with a rare genetic disease called PKU. Aspartame products have a warning label like this because people that have PKU cannot digest phenylalanine, so they have to stay away from aspartame. The next sweetener is AceK. AceK is 200 times sweeter than sugar, similar to aspartame, but AceK is usually combined with aspartame or sucralose. It's said that the combination gives it a more sugar-like taste. AceK is also used a lot in baking because it maintains its sweetness even in high temperatures. There's been over 90 studies with AceK, and the FDA has found it to be safe. The last sweetener I'm going to talk about today is sucralose. You may know it by its trademark name, Splenda. It's 600 times sweeter than sugar, and it's a fairly new artificial sweetener. The FDA approved it in 1999, and so far it has about 110 clinical studies showing its safety. It's used in a lot of products on the market, beverages and foods, but it's also used in baking because it is great for high heat environments, except when you mix sucralose with glycerol. It's been shown that when you mix these two together, it creates a chemical that's cancer causing. But even though this study was found, the FDA still says it's safe. I'm going to have links below to all the different studies I was talking about today on all three, AceK, Sucralose, and Aspartame. And no matter what you do, I just want to make sure you're having an informed and accurate idea of what artificial sweeteners actually are. And if you haven't watched the other episodes, go back to the Vitamin Chica channel and look up the natural sweetener and the sugar alcohol episodes so you get an overall well-rounded idea of all the sweeteners available to you. I'm here every Monday evening with a new episode, so don't forget to subscribe and like and share. And that's it from me, the Vitamin Chica.